We all want a high standard of living, a nice car, a nice house, to eat nice food and to enjoy life's luxuries. But for many people, this is just not the case. People are forced to live in poor conditions, struggling to put food on the table, and they have to constantly worry about money. All this is brought about by a low minimum wage. The main discussion surrounding minimum wage was debated heavily during the 2016 US election, and is also being debated in the upcoming 2020 US election. Minimum wage is the lowest an employer can legally pay its employee per hour, excluding volunteers. This rate currently sits at $7.25 per hour for those 18 and older in the US. The minimum wage must be raised from this rate because of the clear economic opportunity, because it would increase productivity, and because it would improve the mental health for those who are struggling to keep afloat. The economic opportunity for raising the minimum wage is clear and very obvious. Basic economics tells us that the best way to facilitate economic growth is to stimulate demand. Stimulating demand requires consumers to spend more money on goods and services in an economy, thereby creating a stronger economy because money is circulating at a faster rate. So, who do you think spends the biggest amount of their income? It's actually those who make the least. People who earn under $50,000 a year, on average, spend more than they earn in a year, and those who earn over $50,000 spend less than they earn. This means that if we want to cause the greatest economic growth, having low-income earners earn more money will be the best for our economy, as they will spend much more money than they earn. Keeping the minimum wage low sends more of the company profits to the already greedy corporate heads such as the CEOs, the chairman, and the wealthy investors, who will all save a larger part of their income and therefore will cause economic stagnation instead of economic prosperity. When the economy is prosperous, employment will skyrocket, the average wage will increase, and higher amounts of public services and environmental protection spending will occur. This shows that what is best for the country, and what is best for all of us, is that we raise the minimum wage so we can all be economically prosperous. Now my second point is that increasing the minimum wage would increase worker productivity, and therefore would increase the output of businesses everywhere. Studies by leading economists, including Nobel laureate George Akerlof in Georgetown University, found that employee morale and work ethic increased when employees believe they are paid a fair wage. So when the minimum wage is higher, the workers in a business are more likely to think they are paid a fair wage. When worker morale and ethic is high, the productivity of workers will rise, causing the businesses to turn a much higher profit that will help offset the high cost of labor brought about by the minimum wage increase. This is basically a win-win situation because the workers will be happier, but they will also be more productive. Some people say that the minimum wage will kill jobs and that it hurts small businesses. This is in fact false. Research conducted by the Fiscal Policy Institute showed that states that raised their minimum wages above the federal level experienced better employment and small business trends improved when compared to the states that did not raise the minimum wage. This means that businesses in areas that raised the minimum wage performed better than businesses in areas that kept the minimum wage the same. This shows that raising the minimum wage actually increases employment rates, and it helps small businesses as a whole. Another study conducted by the US Department of Labor showed that when San Francisco raised the minimum wage, they experienced positive job growth in the leisure and hospitality industry the following year. This is strong evidence to support the fact that a modest increase in minimum wage does not negatively affect the employment rates, and it is likely to actually help employment. My final point is that raising the minimum wage would be better for the mental health for those who are on the minimum wage. When the minimum wage is raised, this decreases employee turnover. Employee turnover is the rate at which employees are swapped out of their job because they quit their job. Not only would this significantly lower the cost of training, but it would also lower the cost of recruitment programs. Studies show that if employee turnover rate is high, workplace morale is lowered, the productivity or quality of the labor is decreased, and the self-harm incidences among employees is heightened. It is clear then that we should strive for a low employee turnover rate, and the best way to do this is to increase the minimum wage. As stated before, when employees believe they are paid a fair wage, employee morale increases. When a workplace is unhappy, meaning morale is low, depression and heart disease rates go up, meaning that employee life expectancy goes down when wages are low. This is a matter of compassion and humanity. Shouldn't mental health issues be at the forefront of our radar? We all deserve to live happy and fulfilling life, yet it is clear that a low minimum wage prevents this. In conclusion, the minimum wage is an effective tool for growing the economy by stimulating demand and by causing more consumer spending. The productivity of workers will rise, which would cause the businesses everywhere to thrive, and employee mental health will improve, making them happier and be able to live a more fulfilling life. All this shows that raising the minimum wage is not only good for those on the minimum wage, but good for everyone.